now the rules start changing. And I think what's fundamentally missing in most digital strategies today is talking about the change component and really how do you operationalize that.
So let's delve a little bit deeper into digital strategy and transformation. I know that's your absolute sweet spot, if you will, and I know that you want to be able to really highlight the possibilities that are now kind of around us because of the digital elements. So do you want to just expand that a little bit for us?
Yeah, perhaps sharing a little bit also is that I have a technology background and a business background. And why I'm really passionate about digital is the first true time in the last, within decades or ever, is that technology and business is colliding together. You can't do the technology separately anymore.
So there's something around how you get something from that strategy and you have your program, your ability to take it through, but to operationalize and build the capability within the organization.
Yeah.
Is that something that you see is different now?
I see it as being an essential ingredient. I think we have to look back to how strategies were originally created. Strategies were oftentimes done in a corner room with business and consultants. We were guilty of that at times, where a whole bunch of market analysis and the strategy was being done, and then they were flipped over to the project teams to go execute. In other times, that was okay because it was perhaps contained to one business unit or one group, or it was a back office activity. But now the rules start changing. And I think what's fundamentally missing in most digital strategies today is talking about the change component and really how do you operationalize that. And I think there's a confusion between strategy and change and execution. Actually, a good strategy should have all of those elements together.
Yeah, definitely. And there's also something there around the impact. So the impact on the organization, but the impact on the people. I guess maybe historically, when some strategy work was done, the impact would be in far fewer. Whereas now we all have access to digital. We're all being asked to innovate or ideate or come up or use the tools that are available to us. It's not so much of a specialism. So the impact is broader, but the potential and the opportunities are surely higher.
Yeah, absolutely. It's huge. And I think that's what leaders need to be thinking differently about digital strategies and operationalizing it. It does impact everybody. What are the behaviors that are needed? How do you adopt the technologies and the changes and have everybody working in unison on top of what you implement today will be redundant in 6 months from now or changing radically. And I think that is a whole new mindset that's needed.
How do we create the habit of the continuum that we now know? Before, change might have been for some a little bit one and done. We've thought about it, we've done it, that's it. Actually, what we're really looking to properly embed is that habit, that mindset of that continuous improvement, where we're seeking out abilities to do things better and drive more value and have a more a healthy team aspect to it as well.
Yeah, I think you touched upon the key words there is mindset. Leaders need to have the mindset to realize that it's not, get the strategy done, assign it to the team, and then forget about it. Now the leader must be advocating and catalyzing that change from now until the end, and then some, and also that continuous learning improvement that you mentioned that's having to happen all of the time. And I think unfortunately for leaders, that is a whole kind of new skill that's needed that traditionally may not have been needed.
Yeah, I definitely think that leading and landing change is it calls on different characteristics and attributes than perhaps a business functional leader may need to draw upon.
And notice through your words, we didn't talk about technology at all. The technology is actually the easy part. And I think this is where the organizations is unfortunately concepts like people and change have been relegated to HR departments or it's change management, but it's not now. Business change is everywhere. And I think this is the most fundamentally important concept that leaders today in the digital age need to know and be shepherding.
Oh, great. You make it sound so simple, Jamie.
It could be.
More on that to come.
Yes.